What is up, guys? It is Thrill Source here, and today I'm at Busch Gardens Tampa. I'm going to be here giving you guys a review and tour of the park. Today is Wednesday, March 21st, 2018. This is happening during the Food and Wine Festival. We're going to have a great day today, so I'm going to bring you guys along. And just like that, we are now inside of the park. You can see this entrance area. It's pretty nice. There's a little bit of decoration going on. There's a really nice African theme. There's just all this front area is just a lot of gift shops, and there's one food stand right here. Just get your snacks, just your typical front entrance. And it's not a very big, grand place like some you would find at Six Flags or anything. It's just a nice little entrance. So we're gonna make a right, and we're gonna head over towards Cheetah. As you keep making your way towards Cheetah Hunt, you'll notice to the left that we have the Myombe Reserve, which is where they keep all of the gorillas and all of the other apes just back there. It's a really, really nice tour. I recommend you do it if you're coming here for the first time. It's just a quick little 3-minute walkthrough that I recommend you do. It's pretty nice. And for our first coaster, we have Cheetah Hunt. This is the Intamin Blitz roller coaster. This is more family oriented. If you are either with your family or if you're just with smaller children that aren't really that into coasters, or if you're not really feeling something that intense, I recommend this ride. It's very nice. It hugs the ground very well, and it's just overall a very, really neat ride. Don't expect a lot of intensity out of it. Not the most thrilling ride in the world, but it's definitely a lot of fun and definitely the most re-rideable in the park. I already rode this morning, and the wait is 40 minutes, so we're gonna go somewhere else now. And as we keep making our way towards Egypt, we have the Serengeti Overlook restaurant, which is something that I would recommend. They have pretty much something for everybody, and you can see there's like a nice little outdoor area where you can look over and see all the animals as you're dining, which I think is pretty cool. I've never actually been here before, but I've heard a lot of great things about it, so definitely check this out if you're looking somewhere for lunch. And now we have Cobra's Curse, the max spinning family coaster, which was new up in 2016. And this is definitely another great ride. If someone isn't quite ready for Cheetah Hunt, but they do want to experience something with larger drops in, say, like 10 feet, then definitely hit up this ride. Definitely something I would recommend for families again. This ride is just a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something not intense at all, and this is the only spinning coaster in the park, so I would recommend this ride. Unfortunately, the wait's also 40 minutes, but luckily I rode this one this morning as well, so you don't have to worry about this one. And just next door to Cobra's Curse, we have Montu, which is currently not in operation, unfortunately. When I was leaving the park to go grab lunch from my car, I saw that the train had stopped on the mid-course brake run. I'll throw that clip in right now. But yeah, Montu is a great B&M invert, definitely my favorite B&M invert that I've ever been on. Out of the 4 that I've been on, which are the 2 Giant Challenge and Batman the Ride. But this ride is very forceful. Definitely recommend in the back right seat. Highly, highly recommend. Or front right seat if you're in the front row rides. But definitely Montu is something that you do not want to miss if you're a coaster fan. And if you're a vlogger like myself and you like to take footage of all of your rides in your park, after you ride Montu, come out and then make a right turn. You'll head through this back overpass, which gives you an incredible view of Cobra's Curse. I sat here for a good 20 minutes just filming as much as I possibly could because there's so much going on in this area. There's non-stop action if you're looking to film some rides. And you can just see how fun this coaster looks. This overbank right here is always a lot of fun. There's some nice transitions in this ride, not even gonna lie. There's a few pretty whippy transitions in here. Definitely a ride, like I said, you don't want to miss out on this one. After you ride everything in Egypt, I recommend you take this little back path behind Cobra's Curse because everyone's going to be trampled and piled up on this midway with not a lot of scenery. But if you head back here, you get a really nice overlook of the Serengeti, and there's a giraffe eating out of a truck right there, which is pretty sweet. And you can just see all the animals floating around. There's ducks in this pond and flamingos, and there's just a lot to see on this back trail. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek right now. And that's one of just the many things I love about Busch Gardens. They don't focus on off-road rides like that awesome ride over there, but they really try to connect their animals with their audience, and they do a great job of portraying they do a really good job of portraying beauty in an amusement park and portraying the beauties of Africa and taking them and putting them into real life and something that we can actually see with our own eyes. And I think it's really beautiful that they've done that. I'm really happy that they focus on stuff like that. And right before we hit Pantopia, we hit this area of elephants. They have a little bit of room here, and there's a really nice place where you can stop and view the elephant. And now we are standing right outside of Falcon's Fury, and this is probably the most intimidating ride in the entire park by far, honestly, guys. Like, even after riding this, after what, 20, 30 times, I've ridden this so many times, I still get intimidated and scared at the top every single time. And it is just overall a great ride, and just like a lot of other rides here, this is a must if you're coming to this park. And right here we have the Dragon Fire Grill. This is probably the best meal you're going to get in the park. They have a lot of great food options here, and it's all very upscale, and definitely recommend it. This is probably the best food you're going to get in the park. And right next door we have Scorpion, the Schwarzkopf looper in the park, and this is definitely an old school ride. Definitely one that you're not really going to see too many of. A lot of Schwarzkopf loopers have been removed, but this one is still standing. Still gives a pretty intense ride, a little bit rough at times. Not something that's quite a necessity at the park, but if it's something that you haven't really experienced before, I would greatly recommend it. And right here we have the Phoenix, the swinging inverted ship ride. Something that I wouldn't recommend if you have a weaker stomach. It's something that it's a bit uncomfortable. It's definitely a great ride. It provides some awesome hang time at the top when it starts to invert. Has a pretty solid ride time. Definitely something I would recommend if you have the time for it. But if you don't have the time for it, don't sweat it. And now we have Khumba, quite possibly the loudest roller coaster that I've ever seen. I'm literally holding my phone an inch from my face right now, and I'm like screaming, so you probably still can't even hear me. But Khumba is one insane B&M. It is by far my favorite steel roller coaster that I've experienced. And it's by far my favorite roller coaster in Florida. My second favorite actually being Montu in the same park. But Khumba is definitely a must ride. No matter how long the line is, or no matter how long you've been here, or how many times you've been here, Khumba is a must ride every single time you come. There is width and some sort of intensity on every single inversion. Everything is executed and done so perfectly well, so I highly recommend it. So I'm gonna hop in line and grab a quick ride on it right now. Now, normally you would see a bunch of orangutans around here, but for some reason they're not out right now, unfortunately. So let's keep walking. And right here, this is Shifra, the B&M dive coaster, located at Busch Gardens Tampa. And this is another one of those must rides. If you've never been on the dive coaster, I definitely recommend it. It's a great experience. This one generally builds up some lines, two not incredibly long lines, but I had to wait about 20 minutes this morning. So just keep that in mind while you're riding. However, I recommend you try this ride in the front and the back row. Pick your poison. Definitely in the back you get more whip over the drop, at the front you get the views and all that stuff. And right here we have the Zambia Smokehouse, probably my favorite place to eat in the park. They have a lot of barbecue options and they have brisket, ribs, everything you see there. This is more of a barbecue style place, so I definitely recommend this as well. And right here we have the bird garden, which is just literally a giant enclosure full of different types and species of birds. Definitely another one of these little charms about this park you can't really find anywhere else.
One time he left. He flew away. He was so sad. He was crying. 5 days later he came.
And that's pretty much all that we are gonna see today from Busch Gardens Tampa. So I basically just lapped the entire park. Now the main entranceway is right over there, and the rest of the attractions you're gonna find are right in this area. So overall, this place has some really, really great coasters. Their top three, in my opinion, being Khumba, Montu, Shikra. All three are great coasters, but Falcon's Fury has an awesome flat ride supporter. And then of course they have a great supporting lineup. They have Cheetah Hunt, Cobra's Curse, Scorpion. Those are all great supporting coasters. And they have a good amount of attractions. They could use some more thrilling flat rides, and they could use a wooden coaster. They could use an open wooden coaster, for that matter. They have some nice food options, and the park is very beautiful. They focus on their animals and their scenery and their beauty very well. And overall, this is a very, very, very well done park, and overall very well balanced. And this park is one of my favorites, even though it is one of my two home parks. It still is probably a top 3 park for me. But that's all I have to say about Busch Gardens Tampa. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Thrill Source for more videos, and as always, see you guys around.